Okay, hi. Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks and welcome to Birth Your Vision podcast series. I just want to say thank you for all the support and all the amazing contribution, as well as your participation in the live broadcast streaming with my special guest. I just want to say thank you so much for logging on. Thanks for coming on. Thank you so much. So, welcome to Birth Your Vision podcast live series. This is season 2, and our focus is on adapt to thrive, especially in uncertain times. And so, we're going to be focusing on motherhood as well as career and entrepreneurship. And today, I have a very special guest who's going to be joining me in the studio, and we're going to be talking about aspiring female authors and also learning about the processes in terms of writing a book, especially during this season of lockdown. So, becoming a publisher or a published author, it's actually one of the powerful ways to actually grow your business and, your personal brand as well. And, writing a book is definitely something every entrepreneur should consider, even though sometimes it can be quite daunting when it comes to writing a book. And I'm sure you would agree with me. But
Yeah.
I think that it's so key because it actually helps you. And we're going to be talking about all the benefits as well as all the processes in terms of starting to write a book and how that can actually be a way to actually help you to be seen and also to actually benefit, and is quite rewarding as well. So joining me today is the one and only, the incredible Pastor Tuji Olujimi. Is an author of 5 books and is a pastor, is a speaker, is a book author coach, and a worship leader. He's married to a wonderful woman and he has one beautiful daughter. And he runs an amazing book coaching and publishing company, and it's called Accelerated Authors Academy. It's an organization that is actually aimed at helping coaches as well as consultants and entrepreneurs. And, this is all about making an impact, having an influence, and also helping them to create income in terms of writing their own book. But, Pastor Tunji hasn't always had it easy. He's had to kind of battle other challenges, one of them being dyslexia. And today he's going to be sharing with us how he actually was able to actually, cope and thrive, and how he copes with it on a day-to-day basis, and how it's not actually affected him as an author. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the amazing Pastor Olujimi. Thank you so much for coming, sir.
Thank you for having me, Anna. God bless you. Thank you very much.
It's amazing to
What
have you
an
on the show.
introduction. Wow.
It's amazing to have you on this platform. We're very honored, a pastor, an author, and we're so happy because we're going to be learning a lot of amazing nuggets from you today. So, let's just go straight in terms of your journey, in terms of how you've been able to cope and manage in having dyslexia, and how you've not actually allowed it to affect you whatsoever.
Okay. So I was born premature. Um, I weighed 1 pound
Wow.
and I had a hole in my heart. So I'm a twin. Me and my twin sister were born premature, but I had a hole in my heart. And I'm not sure if it's because I was born premature. That's why I had difficulties. Both of us actually have difficulties with education, and for me, it was more of remembering things. I just couldn't remember whatever
Mm,
was taught, or even when someone will speak to me. Sometimes an hour later, I've forgotten what they've said.
yes.
But I didn't know, um, you know, it was dyslexia until when I got to college, is when
Mm,
I was diagnosed and said I have dyslexia, because even with the words, I can't pronounce it properly, and some words I
yes.
can't pronounce properly. And even if I probably I'm reading something and there's a word on the paper, I'm thinking of another word.
Yeah.
And I can say out another word instead of that particular word. But I didn't let it phase me. Probably later on in life, of course, when I was younger,
Yeah.
it did. Because obviously, especially when you're from an African background and they tell
Mm,
you, "Oh, that person in class, do they have two heads?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, there's this
You
sort of
know,
stereotype, isn't it? Yes.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so they kind of make you feel like something's wrong.
Yes,
That
indeed.
why are you not up to par with your peers and stuff? Even though with courseworks I was good,
Yeah.
when it came to exam is when I kept messing up,
Mm,
because whatever I read, when I get to the exam, I just can't remember it.
right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
it just became like, what is going on? I know
Mm,
this stuff, but to now put it down was a problem,
right.
because it would just go out of my head.
Mm,
But I never knew that was part of dyslexia. you know so I just thought I just gonna keep living with life and just
yeah.
try what I can do. So I just kept trying to read more,
Mm,
try to understand things more, and just try to live my life the best way I could. And then obviously got saved and knew that when you're in Christ,
mm,
anything is possible.
yes.
So even though, yes, I know it's there,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't give it the time in a way. I know it's there, but I don't
Yes.
celebrate it. I do let people know that yes, I do have dyslexia, but I
Yes.
don't celebrate it.
Okay. Wow. I mean, it's really funny you say those things, because what happened to one of my friend was she didn't even realize that she actually had it until she started university. And
Wow.
I feel like some adults actually start to find out about it once they start university, and
Yeah,
it's really funny because nobody actually was able to detect it from when they were younger. And sometimes most of us, when we start university, that's when people start to realize that actually I do have some sort of difficulties, in terms of maybe it's putting my essay together or stuff like that. It's amazing how many people have actually had to go through life not knowing that they had it, but they
yeah,
know that there was something there, but they weren't really sure what it was, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah. To all our amazing viewers joining us, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. We really do appreciate you. So we're just talking about dyslexia. Pastor Tunji definitely is somebody who has actually overcome, and also he hasn't allowed it in any way to be a barrier for him, because he's an author and a coach and many, many other things. And so, for those of us who would like to know what dyslexia is actually a general term of disorder that involve difficulty in learning to read and also to interpret words, letters, and other symbols. So, thank you so much for actually sharing that with us. So, looking at you being an author, it's been a journey for you.
yeah.
And I just wanted to know, what was your motivation to actually kickstart your journey as an author?
Um, the first motivation for me was to make my mom proud,
Yes.
uh, because I started the journey while I was taking care of my mom as a full-time carer.
Hmm.
So after finishing uni, which I didn't do too well because of being dyslexic, so
Yeah.
I go to work because my mom felt ill
Mm.
and was diagnosed with another stroke. She had a stroke years ago,
Right.
and then diagnosed with a second stroke and kidney failure, and she had diabetes as well. So
Yes.
I stayed home as a full-time carer, and in
Okay.
that time, because I had time on my hands in a way, um, I thought, okay, let me put something down. And one of the inspirations was seeing one of my friends publish his book during that time. And I went to his book launch and I thought, oh, if he could do it, I can do it. And I've been writing and writing stuff down in the area of worship, because that's my ministry. I teach on worship, I lead worship, and I teach on the glory. So I thought, okay, what can I write? And I've been putting, remember those days of Facebook where you write lots of notes and you tag people and you just share your notes? That was what I was doing. So I used to just write lots and lots of notes on Facebook in regards to worship. And I just put all of that into a book. That's how I did my first book, by combining all the notes that I wrote on Facebook and turned it into a book. I just turned it into a book, and that way I was able to get my first book done. I was able to actually get everything out of my head onto paper and into a book, and I launched it in 2011. That was when I actually launched my book. I think she's gone off. Okay, guys, I think there's some technical difficulty going on. So I think Anna's just actually gone off, but she will be coming back on. Um, but guys, okay, I'll just talk about what I did to get my first book done. So what I did basically was turn all my notes that I used to write on Facebook, and I used to write lots of notes about worship. What is worship? Why do we worship? Who do we worship? The benefits of worship, the results of worship, and then talking about the glory of God and all those stuff that I put down on Facebook is what I actually turned into a book. That's what I did, and I turned into a book. And I was able to launch that book on my 30th birthday. You know, um, I launched it because the year before is when my mum passed, just around my 29th birthday. And I said, okay, I'm going to make sure that I make her proud by actually now getting this book out and dedicating it to her. So that's what I did. I launched it on my 30th birthday in June 2011. And I just saw that just because I actually wrote a book, things begin to change for me, especially in ministry. Um, I was able to get speaking engagements, go on TV, go on radio, all in the Christian scene. And that's what really made me understand the power of a book. You're back.
Wow. Yes, I am. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I wasn't sure what actually happened, but I'm back again. Hopefully, it should allow us to stay on. I
Yeah.
think the internet is very, very busy at the moment, to be honest, but we're just going to push through. So, yeah, thank you. Carry on.
Yeah, so I basically just launched that book, and I was able to go on TV and all of those kind of stuff. Even though I'd been on TV before,
Yes.
because of the singing part of things, um, but because of the book, I was able to go on TV more. I was basically on nearly all the Christian TV stations. Revelation TV. Okay, I think it's only God TV I didn't go on, but all the other
Right.
TV, Believe TV, and all these other ones I was able to go on
Okay.
just because I had my book, and then some radio shows as well. And
Mm,
then I think one or two magazines I was interviewed for. And I thought, wow, so this is what a book can do.
mm,
You know, at that time, I didn't even really take notice of it.
yeah.
Um, then I published my second book, and then my third book. And after my third book is when people started asking me,
Mm,
how do you write a book? How come you've been able to write three books in 3 years or so?
right.
And I helped one person, helped another person, and then I thought, oh, this could be a business. And then I turned
Mm,
it into a business because at the time I wasn't working. I was looking for work because obviously taking care of my mom full time, I had that 4 year and a half gap on my CV. And
mm,
it's been difficult, even till now, it's been difficult to get a secure job, just
yeah.
because of gaps on your CV. So I
Mm,
thought, what else can I do? And then I started Accelerated Authors Academy. Then it was called TO Consultancy. I didn't know what to call it. I just used my initials and
yeah.
just said TO Consultancy, and started it then. I've been doing it part time ever since. And now looking to see, okay, how can you take this full time and really do it? So yeah, that's the journey so far.
Wow, that's amazing. I just love the way you just sort of started it without even thinking about anything else. Just wanted to make enough income because you had limited income coming in, and it was a way to kind of help you as well to be sustainable, which is really amazing.
Yeah.
For some of the people who are actually watching at the moment, please share with us the process on how to get started in writing a book, especially during this season whereby we have a bit of time on our hands. And some of us may be procrastinating way before in terms of starting to write a book. So now they have a bit of time on their hands. And so they want to know how to actually start the process in terms of writing a book.
Okay. So what I tell people is, if you never plan your book, you never write it. The
Mm,
reason why is because most people, when they think of writing a book, what they do is they open up their laptop and start typing, and
yeah.
then when they freeze, they stop.
Mm,
So my process is to teach you how to actually first plan your book,
yeah.
prepare your book, then pen your book. Okay, then after you pen your book, you now promote
Mm,
it, publish it, and profit from it. So these are
right.
my 6 P's that I use.
Mm. So
Um,
prepare,
Plan,
plan,
prepare,
prepare.
pen, promote, publish,
Yes.
and profit.
Oh, wow. Promote, publish, and profit.
Yeah. So the six
Brilliant.
P's, which I call the entrepreneur blueprint, to get you from
Mm,
no idea to
yeah.
entrepreneur author. Okay. So first thing in plan is you need to think about five
Mm,
W's. 5 W's.
yeah.
The first one is, why are you actually writing the book in the first place? If you don't know your why, then you're not going to
Mm,
continue with it.
yeah.
So you need to ask yourself, what is the main reason for this book? What is the
Mm,
purpose of this book? Do I
yeah.
want to write this book so I can become credible? Do I want to write this book so I can become visible?
Mm-hmm.
Write this book so I can become an authority?
Yeah.
So do I want to write this book so I can become profitable? What is your why?
Why? Yeah.
What is going to drive you to actually get started and
Mm,
finish? So you need to really think about your why.
yeah.
Why are you starting this project?
Okay. What's the next W?
The next W is, what is your book about?
Okay.
And you need to go deep to find out exactly what your book is about. So don't say, oh, my book is on finance. There's so many parts of finance.
Exactly. You have to break it down. You have to be specific.
Very, very specific, so that
Yeah.
when the reader sees it, they know exactly that that book is for them.
Mm,
So you need to know your what. What exactly is your book about? Then, who is your book for? The reader.
yeah.
Which type of person is going to see your book title, see your book cover, and pick up the book?
Mm,
What person is going to see the title and know that from this title, the solution to my problem is in the book?
mm. Okay.
So you need to know that person exactly. You need to know their wants, their needs, their desires, their problems, and then you need to present a solution to them.
To them.
Then you next W is, when is your book coming out?
When is it coming out? Okay.
There has to be a deadline. There has to be a
Mm,
timeline to it. When are you starting it? When are you finishing it? And when are you going to publish it? So that you work towards that goal. Because if you don't, you're going to say, like most people, "Oh, I've been trying to write a book for 10 years, for
it's
5 years."
true. Yeah. I think a lot of people struggle with when.
So you need to put a date on it. And that's why we do this, because we know that it's possible to get
Mm,
it all done in 90 days.
okay.
It's possible to write and publish your book in 90 days.
In 90 days.
And
Okay.
the last W is, where is your book going?
Where is it going? Okay.
So what do you want to do with the book? Do you just want to publish it and put it on Amazon? Or do you want to do more with the book? Do you want to use the
Mm,
book to create impact, to create influence, to create income? Do you want to use the book so that you can probably start speaking engagement? maybe start an online course. What exactly do you want to do with the book? Where do you want the book to go? Do you want it to become a bestseller?
Yeah.
On Amazon, Wall Street Journal, USA Today? Where do you want the book to go?
Mm.
So those five W's are the planning stage, whereby you need to make sure that you answer those questions.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. I love that. So you've given us the six P's and also the W's as well, which is really amazing. So
So the
if we,
W's are within the first P.
yeah, okay. So if we follow this process, it becomes quite easy to start
Yeah.
writing our book because it's broken down in, simple chunks as well. And it's really clear of how to kind of start writing the book, which is amazing. So what do you need to know before you write a book? What are the first things you need to know before you write a book? What do you think those things are?
Those five W's are the first things you need to know before you write.
Right, okay.
Exactly. If you don't
Mm,
know it, then don't start writing. So that's
right,
why you need
okay.
to answer those questions in the
Yeah,
planning stage of your book.
fantastic. And also, how do you promote yourself as an author? Because I know you've been an author for quite a long time. How have you been able to promote yourself and how can others actually promote themselves a bit more?
Um, Using social media. That's
Mm,
the thing now.
okay.
TV, radio, that's good as well. But obviously,
Yeah.
sometimes it may cost money. But we all have Facebook, we all got Twitter, we've all got Instagram. Go
Mm,
live. Use
yeah.
your phone, use your phone and go live and tell people, hey, I'm writing a book.
Yeah.
It's published on this date. So what I try to do with my clients, especially when they come to my 1 day boot camp, on
Mm,
that I will tell them, take your phone out, go
yeah.
live on Facebook, and tell them I am an author of the upcoming book, whatever title it is, expect it to be published on this date. That's you promoting your book already.
Fantastic. So it's about taking the simple steps. It doesn't have to be really hard. Just show up and be visible. Let people know what you're doing.
Become visible. Use
Your
your
platforms, yeah.
platform properly and start talking about it and sharing it, and whatever topic the book is about,
Mm,
chunk it down into steps and do a live video on each step of whatever topic you're doing.
okay.
So just say example, I'm writing a book on how to write a book fast, or well, that's one of my books.
Mm,
But just say my one of my books would probably be okay, how to build a business with your book. I'll say first of all, to write a book, you need the planning stage, and then
mm,
within the planning stage, I'm going to share these five W's with you for the next 5 weeks. Once a week, I'm going to talk about each W.
mm.
So in that way, you're giving them a little bit, a little snippet just once a week on whatever topic you're writing about.
You're writing about, indeed.
And then people
Fantastic,
know
yeah.
that this guy is doing something, this guy is doing something, I'm gonna follow. And when you say, hey, now my book is done and my book is out, they will probably want to
Mm,
come and get it.
absolutely. What do you think makes a bestseller, in your opinion?
Um, well, it depends on what type of bestseller. If it's Amazon
Mm,
bestseller, which is what most people go for, you
right.
just need to be able to sell
Mm,
um, about probably 40 to 50 copies on the day of launch,
okay.
and then you can become a bestseller. So if you get people to buy the book
Yes.
on that day, then you can become a bestseller. So what most people do is they build a launch team.
Mm,
So okay, probably we should go through the process first. So we've done P for planning. So this part is promoting and publishing. So it's like we've jumped, but okay, let me quickly go through it. So
yeah.
you plan your book, you prepare your book. To prepare your book is easy. All you need to do is a mind map. If you do a mind map for your book, that's the best and easiest way to get your book done fast. You just do a brain dump of everything that relates to your book on paper and you map it out. And
Mm,
after that, you do groupings whereby you get post-it notes and you group everything on that mind map into chapters.
right.
And that's your book prepared. Then the
Mm,
next part is penning your book, whereby now you decide, how am I going to get this book written? Do I want to type it or do I want to speak it?
mm,
So if I'm going to type it, the best way to do that is to write 250 to 500 or 1,000 words a day.
Right. Okay.
Do that in 60 days or less, your book is done.
Fantastic. I like that way because it seems quite straightforward, quite easy to do actually. But I think
Yeah,
it's about commitment actually. And some people actually suffer from self doubt and
yeah.
a bit of fear because they're not really sure as to what exactly they're writing about. What advice would you give them?
So, like I said, the first
Mm,
part is planning. Once you plan your book,
yeah.
then writer's block, fear, and all that is dealt with because you already know what your book is about and you know what you're
Mm,
going to write. So that's why when I tell people there's no writer's block, really, it's because there's no planning. If you plan
right.
your book, you're not going to have
Mm,
writer's block. You have writer's block because there's no plan in front of you. There's no roadmap. If there's a roadmap, then you don't have writer's block because you know exactly what you're writing about.
mm,
So most of these bestsellers and these gurus out there, this is what they do. So they either write their book 250 to 1,000 words a day, or they speak it because obviously you speak faster than you write. So we've all got our phones, recorders on it. Just hit the record button and speak your book. And once you've done that, get it transcribed, and then do the publishing process. Okay, so
mm,
pen your book. Then you start promoting it. Like I said, you use your social media, create your book cover, start promoting it online, and tell people your book is coming out at this date. You can go onto websites like Fiverr.com,
yeah.
where you can get someone to help you spread the news of your book in different Facebook groups and blogs and all those other places. And that's one of the best ways to promote your book. If you don't want to spend a lot of money on Facebook advertising and all those kinds of stuff. Then you now
Fantastic.
publish the book. The next step is publish, whereby
Mm,
to choose, do you want to be traditionally published or self-published? Obviously, self-publishing is the best way to go because traditional publishing, if you're not a guru or an expert out there that has at least 10,000 followers or more, you
yeah.
probably won't be officially published. So you need to make sure you know what you're doing when it comes to publishing. So you can
Mm,
self-publish, and obviously you can do it yourself, which, yep, is fine, but it's best to get a coach that can
mm,
help you do it properly. Um, and you just use platforms like Amazon's platform, Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP, or you can use someone like another platform like Ingram Spark or another platform like Lulu.com. So those are
yeah.
the main best platforms you can use to self-publish your book.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
So it's using those platforms, but the publishing process is
Mm,
you get your book cover done, you get your editing done, your proofreading done, your typesetting done, your formatting done, all ready to be published.
fantastic.
And the
I
last,
have a question.
yeah.
Carry on, please. Sorry about that. Carry on.
No, so the last part is publishing,
Mm,
profiting with your book, whereby you need to think about building a business around the book.
right. Okay, so we're going to get to that one in terms of building a business around the book. I have a question from one of our viewers. The
Okay.
question is, did you self-publish?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I self-published all my books, but the first one was self-published through a self-publishing company.
Mm, right.
But the
Okay.
rest I did myself.
Mm. And so, in terms of giving advice to aspiring authors who are actually starting on that journey of becoming an author, are there any sort of programs out there? Because I know that you're actually running a challenge coming up very soon. Are there any other programs out there? And also share about yours as well.
So there's so many
Mm,
people that I know. I like to tell people that I like to compliment and not compete.
yeah.
So I can send people to other people if I know they're not a good fit for me. So there's lots of friend of all those people come on my challenge are my friends. So obviously we're in the same industry. you
Mm,
know. So there's lots of programs. So I can't even name names. There's self-publishing school. There's publishing get rich, and there's Conscious Dreams Publishing. My friend Danny, who's going to be on the challenge. There's bestseller publishing. There's so many programs, and it depends on you. It depends on finance as well, because it does cost a
Yeah.
lot. With some of these programs,
Mm.
it goes from at least 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, $70,000. So it depends on how much do you have to spend.
Right. Okay.
So in regards to the challenge, I said, okay, what can I do to give back during this time? And I thought, let me just create a free challenge and let me
Mm.
get some of my friends to come on to help people to actually get started with their book, get them to write, publish, launch, and build a business around it. So it's called the Author to Entrepreneur 5-Day Free Challenge,
Okay.
whereby in 5 days, I've got 11 speakers plus myself, so 12 of us will be on each day to give you everything you need to get started with any project for your book.
Wow. That's amazing.
Okay? So
Okay.
one is focused on mindset and writing. So they want to focus on mindset and why you need to share your message now
Mm-hmm.
and how to become an authority with a book. Day two is focused on writing, how to actually write your book fast. So either 1,000 words a day or how to write your book in 30 days and publish it. Day three is all focused on promoting your book, how to
Right.
get your book to bestseller status,
Mm.
uh, USA Today bestseller, um, Wall Street Journal and bestseller. And how you
Mm.
can also do a collaboration book. If you don't want to do your own book, you can
Yeah.
do a collaboration book with
Mm.
influencers to get you out there. Then day 4 and 5 is focused on how to actually build a business around the book.
Right. That's amazing. It sounds really, really good. So when is this event happening?
It starts on Monday, the
Okay.
18th, this
Okay.
coming Monday. So what
Mm-hmm.
they need to do is register, basically. Um, just register. I'll put the link in the comments later
Please
after,
do. Yeah.
and it's free registration. You register. Next page after you register will tell you need to join a Facebook group. If you don't join the Facebook group, you're gonna miss the challenge because it's gonna be in the group.
In the group. Okay.
You
Right.
need to join the Facebook group. So on the next page after you register, make sure you look out for that or check your email because it will
Mm-hmm.
be in your email as well.
Okay.
So that's it. It's simple. It's going to be
Mm.
free. Free. No one is charging you anything during the challenge. At
Yeah.
the end of the challenge, I would definitely want to work with some people if they're serious, but none of the speakers are going to sell you anything. Um, they're all going to give their best stuff
Yeah.
and also giving freebies as well.
Fantastic.
Which some of these freebies and their stuff cost 10,000 or more. And because I've
Mm.
asked them to, just be a blessing during this time, that's why they're doing it.
Fantastic. That sounds really amazing. And how many days is this challenge?
5 days.
5 days.
Monday,
Starting on
right.
Monday.
Yep, starting at 5 p.m. UK time.
Okay.
So 5 p.m. UK time, um, 10 a.m. Pacific, and 1 p.m. Eastern.
Fantastic. And is it open to anybody who has an interest in writing?
Anybody,
Anybody.
anybody,
Brilliant.
anybody.
Fantastic.
So at the moment, I think we're about 130 people in the group, and my target
Okay.
is 500 people. So I
Okay.
think I can get 500 people in the group to actually just impact during this 5 days.
Brilliant. So kindly leave all the information about how to join and the link below in the comment bar below as well.
Okay.
I have another question. This is from
Yeah.
one of our viewers. Using things like Lulu, what do you
Yeah.
actually do? What does it actually do? Do they do the
So
formatting or the images and the
no,
fonts?
so you publish your book on there. So you've done all your formatting, everything already, and those platforms are just for you to publish your book. So it's like going to a traditional publisher who will actually do everything for you and put it on a platform. But now you can put
Right.
it on the platform yourself.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but also it's better to obviously have a coach or a self-publishing company to do all the work for you,
Hmm.
basically. So that's why. So when it comes to building a business around the book, so if you're in the online space,
Yeah.
anyone that's watching, I'm not sure if you know about this, but when they say, "Oh, do you want me to?" There's three types of services. Okay, there's a
Yeah.
DIY, do it yourself. So like I said, you can do it yourself if you want. There's a DWY, do it with
Hmm.
you, which is kind of coaching. Okay, and
Yeah.
then there's DFY, do it for you.
Right. Okay.
So you can have a company do everything for you, but obviously that's where it becomes more expensive. So
Hmm.
what I try to do is do it with you. Okay, you can do it yourself, which yeah, people do, but it's best to either do it with someone or do it for them.
For them. Yeah. Indeed. So in terms of looking at writing a book and how the book can actually become something that could actually help your business to grow and also your personal branding, as we're going into the life mastermind. Just wanted us to look at how we can actually look at some tips and strategies in terms of how a book can actually help your business to grow and also help you
Mm.
as a business entrepreneur. So if we want to share some tips on that as well.
So every book is a door opener.
Right.
Every book is a brand. If you look at people like Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson, Les Brown, Bishop T.D. Jakes, all these people didn't get as famous as they did.
That the book.
You see a book like Chicken Soup for the Soul, Jack Canfield,
Mm,
or Rich Dad Poor Dad. These are books that have built businesses because Rich Dad Poor Dad is a brand now. Chicken Soup
mm,
for the Soul is a brand now. Think and
yes.
Grow is a brand now.
Mm,
Seven Habits of Highly Successful People is a brand now. So how can you turn your book into
yes.
a brand? How
Yeah.
can you use the methodology? So every book, Christian
Mm,
or not Christian, it should have a methodology. So what I shared with you, my 6 P's, that's a
yes.
methodology. So
Mm,
what methodology can you put in your book to give a solution to the problem that your reader is finding? And how can you turn that methodology into a business? So when I say into a business, you can even
yeah.
do online coaching,
Mm,
create an online course, a 6 month signature program,
mm,
um, a retreat. You can do webinars. There's so many things you can do
you can
with
do.
the information you have in your book and turn it into a side business. What we're doing right now,
Yeah.
you can turn this into an audio course or a video course. You can
Absolutely.
extract video and turn it into a course and put it on Audible or
Hmm.
put it on Udemy and take the video part and put it on Udemy and other platforms like Teachable or Thinkific, and that's a business.
That's a
So it's about
business.
thinking outside the box with, do I
Mm,
just want to book on Amazon or do I want to make impact?
impact.
Because the information in your book can touch lives.
Mm,
So how can you use the information in your book to transform people's lives?
absolutely. I really really love that. I think I might have to actually join this challenge as well. I
That would be great.
might have to join this challenge. I think a lot of people are actually saying that they want to join the challenge and they're asking how
Yeah,
many days it is. And I've just
it's
said
5 days.
it's 5 days.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I've
five
put the
days.
link in there.
Yeah. Also, we have another question again.
Yeah.
What program can I use to create the layouts of a children's book? Is Word
Um,
appropriate?
yeah, you can use Word. You can
Mm,
use Word, but That's what I'm saying. That it's best to do with you instead of doing it for yourself.
For
Because if you're not
yourself.
a formatter,
Yeah.
you're going to format it wrong if you don't know what the requirements for formatting a book for either of those platforms are. So, like I said, you can go on Fiverr and you can
Mm,
hire a formatter to do that for you instead of
mm,
trying to do it yourself.
right.
So
Okay.
you can use Fiverr.com, you can use Upwork.com, you can use freelancer.com to get people to do that for you. Or you can work with us, which I
Mm,
have a team of people that will do that for you.
fantastic. There you go. And also, what challenges have you had to sort of face in terms of publishing, let's say, one of your books, for instance? Were there any challenges along the way?
I think for me, the only challenge was I didn't know what it meant to become a bestseller. So
Mm,
now with my new book, I definitely want it to become a bestseller. That's the
a
only
bestseller.
challenge. All the other challenges were mainly finding the right people to use to actually do the editing properly and the book cover. And no, the book cover was done actually because a friend of mine does all my book covers and he's a designer. But
Right.
finding the right people to do the editing, I had to do editing so many times because especially when starting out, if you're on a budget, you just
Mm,
try to do it at low cost. But now I know that if I'm gonna be serious about this, you're definitely going to have to spend properly at least about £2,000 if you really, really want to do it properly. But like I
right.
said, there are people that will charge you 10K, 20K, 60K, and
Mm,
that's what people are paying.
yeah. Wow. So, what sort of advice would you give to anybody who's about to get started right now, in terms of writing their book?
Um, get started. Don't let nothing stop you.
Mm,
The thing is, if you want to be great, you need to get started to be
yeah.
great. So when it comes to a book, when it comes to a business,
Mm,
you just need to get started. Have the idea, put it down, and start on
mm, absolutely. Absolutely. And also, in terms of any other programs that you do, apart from the challenge as well,
it. Yep.
I know that you normally do like an annual conference event. Do you want to share that with us?
So I normally do 1 day boot camps like every 2 months, in person, where you can work with me for 1 day to actually go through the 6 steps to
Okay.
get your book done. So we will plan your book and prepare it. Those are the two main steps, but I just talk about the other steps because you can't write your book in a day.
Mm,
But plan it and prepare it. You do your mind mapping and everything like that, and
yeah.
talk to you about building a business around it. And then from there, you can either work with me for 90 days to now get your book done,
Mm,
get it written and get it published and build a business around it. So those are the two things that I do is the boot camps and the 90-day program. Those
yeah.
are the two main things.
Okay. Fantastic. And in terms of someone who is an entrepreneur who wants to actually write a book, what sort of books do you think an entrepreneur should write? Because I always think along the lines of teaching people what you know already. I
Yeah,
mean, from
definitely.
you, an author, what would you suggest for someone who's an entrepreneur that wants to write a book?
Um, First of all, write your profit book first before your passion book, or
Okay.
include your passion book into your profit book.
Mm,
So your book is about your business, but you need to make sure you link whatever is in it to have profit. So that means having offers in the book so that
okay.
it leads to
Hmm.
sales.
Right. Fantastic. Brilliant. Let me say if there's any more questions here. Um, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Just wanted to know about your contact details, how to get in touch with you. You will leave the link a little bit when we finish, which is absolutely fine.
I posted the link and the dates.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
To
absolutely
get in
fine.
touch with me, just my name on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, YouTube, Tunji Olujimi, and then you can get in touch with me that way, or either Tunji at accelerated authors academy .com, is my email address as well. You can get in touch with me that way.
Thank you. That's amazing. Any other messages that you can actually inspire other upcoming writers about? Any other thing that you feel that they need to know or understand a little bit better before they start this journey of writing?
The first thing I tell people is if you don't believe it that you're gonna do it, then you're never gonna do it. So you need to believe that
Mm,
you are an author even before you've written your book. You need to believe that. So what I
mm,
tell people on my um, 1 day boot camp is to stand up and say, I am an author. If I see it in my mind, I can hold it in my hands and I can make it a reality. You need to make sure you believe it before you
mm.
write.
Before you write it.
That's what I
Fantastic.
would say because it first comes from you believing in you before other
Mm,
people believe that you've written a book.
the book. Yeah.
So you need to believe it, get it done, then other people will see that what you believed has now become a reality.
Reality. Brilliant. Michael said, this has been very useful. I'm more confident now about writing my first book.
Awesome. Come
Amazing.
on the challenge.
Exactly. Um, I'm going to actually start writing my book.
First
Yes, we
plan.
have.
Don't
Yeah,
write
so
it.
we have a lot of great comments there. Carry on.
Start planning first before you write.
Mm,
Yeah.
indeed,
It's
absolutely.
possible because I did my first ever challenge in 2016, a 7 day challenge to write your first Kindle book, 5,000 words. And there were at least three or four or five people, there were about 100 people in the group, but about
Mm,
five actually completed it, whereby they published their first Kindle book, in 7 days. They actually
wow,
done it in 7 days, to get it written, published in 7 days. So it's possible. So you need to believe it, and you need someone to probably hold your hands and tell you that you can do it.
you can do
So
it. I think that's what a lot of people need, isn't it?
yeah,
Accountability partner, someone to help them and to give them some directions as well. Also, what about ebooks? Those sound quite easy to do, isn't it? Ebooks. What's your take on
yeah.
that in
So
terms of
ebooks,
writing
Kindle
ebooks?
books are they're easier to do because you don't need to write as many words as a
Yeah.
paperback.
Hmm.
So like I said, my first challenge was to write a 5,000 word ebook, which people
Yeah.
did. So if
Mm.
you want to just do a Kindle book, then it could be 5,000 words. It doesn't have to be
Words.
too long, but it's
Exactly.
still part of the journey of planning, preparing, knowing
Mm.
exactly what your book is about before you start writing.
Fantastic, brilliant. It's been such an amazing discussion about writing a book, all the processes, as well as the strategies and tips to start writing. And obviously, your amazing challenge starting on Monday for 5 days. And you're going to be teaching people how to basically start. And at the end of it, they'll have a great result in terms of having more clarity in writing their own book as well, which is really amazing. I think I'll probably join that challenge myself. I just want to
Please
say
do,
thank you.
because we got speakers from Nigeria, from the States, from the UK, from Canada, from Italy. So I've got friends from different parts of the world,
Mm,
Indian, American, Black. So we're all diverse to make sure
brilliant,
that people help each other,
good.
to
So
get
it's a global,
a global.
global, um, different types of speakers from all around the globe, which is really amazing,
I just
fantastic.
wasn't able to confirm anyone from Asia because the person I wanted was too busy and couldn't shift their diary. So, but it's all
Okay,
right.
that's amazing. No worries. Thank you so much.
All right.
Any last words just before we round up?
What I always say is keep smiling, keep
Yeah.
shining, because you've been designed and destined for more than where you are right now, and you have what it takes to make it. God bless you.
Thank you so much for that powerful message as we round up. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Thanks for your supportive contributions and your participation. I'm glad this session was very helpful for many people who actually are been procrastinating that they want to write a book. So now is the time and the opportunity to actually start writing a book and um, make sure that you actually get yourself into the challenge. It's starting on Monday. All the details will be written below in the comment session. So thank you so much, and see you next time on Birth Your Vision podcast series. Thank you so much, Pastor Tunji. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for having me.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Thank
Bye.
you. Take care. Have a great evening.
You
Thank you
too.
so much. You too. Bye.